I love my job. Part of my job is to meet some extraordinary people, and Josef is no exception. As you are about to see, he's an amazing and driven young man with amazing potential. Josef has a unique genetic disorder called trisomy 22 and is currently the only known case in the world. I hope you enjoy getting to know him as much as I did.
Josef, and I'm from Bunbury, and I'm from South. I was born here and I've lived here for most of my whole life.
Oh, lovely. So you've been an active member of the community for
a
little while.
Yeah, and that's what I love about this community, is living in a place like this and meeting people like you.
I asked Josef if he has a disability, and his answer will blow you away.
I do, but that doesn't bother me. What should having a disability bother you for? Who cares? And people want to judge, they can judge, but people with disabilities are all, they're all the same, and you shouldn't judge someone for who they are. Yeah, really.
Exactly. You need to judge somebody for who they are, not what they look like or how they talk or how they get around. It doesn't matter, does it? Josef's sentiment is echoed by a lot of the disability community. Judge us by who we are and what we can do. Let's have a closer look at Josef's life and find out, how does disability affect him?
Having a disability, it doesn't really affect me. It's made me better in who I am, and I don't let that ruin my life, or I don't let that bother me or make people bother me. And if they want to, judge me or judge my other people, that's wrong.
Role models. Who are some of the role models in your life?
I've got a couple. I'd say my mum, because she's an inspiring woman. She, has been through a lot over the time, and she is, very dedicated to what she does and who she supports. And, I think she does, what she does in the community are amazing. And I'd say my pop, because, he was a businessman, and, he's done a lot for me and my family, and, he stuck by me and helped me in, taught me stuff.
Superpowers. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah?
And I'm not quite sure what about. That's a bit about, I've never really been asked that before.
Favourite food? So what's your favourite food?
I like lots of things. I like sugary food, like unhealthy stuff.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah,
we know it's not good for us.
Yeah.
But we still love it anyway. I hope you are starting to see that although Josef has a disability, he is just an ordinary human. Let's find out a bit about iSports. So can you tell me a little bit about this lovely facility that we're in?
So we're in WA iSports Clubroom here in Bunbury, and this is our clubhouse, and this clubhouse was built on the 9th of December 2017.
Where is iSport WA located?
We're based at Payne Park, so the athletes can come to the footy and watch the footy, and which is good to get our name out there, and so our athletes the public know we're not, they're just out there and they be free, so they come in here and have coffee and tea and stuff, and they can go out and watch the footy and then come back in here.
How did iSports WA start?
So we were another formal organisation, and us and them had different values. We wanted all people, not just people with intellectual disabilities, to be members. And so we basically decided we wanted to, and different funding issues and stuff, and so we wanted to start our own organisation. So a bunch of us, the committee from the other organisation started this group. We didn't know how it was going to go. It was quite scary, really, to see. We didn't know what was going to happen. And now, so we've now been going for a year, or just over a year, and it's grown bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're getting more and more people with psychiatric disabilities, and all sorts of people without disabilities, people with disabilities, and we're getting a lot more like siblings, and like we've got a couple of parents, like our nurse that went away, her daughter started coming to play, and then we've got siblings coming, and it's great to get the whole family involved, and it's fantastic.
I find it really interesting that you started another organisation in order to include the entire community.
Yeah.
You know, you wanted it to be inclusive of everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that some people would find that really interesting to hear. That change in perspective. And what sort of activities do you guys
We run in summer we run like different sports and athletics and stuff, and we're running soccer here now on a Monday, and we also run a fun and games on a Wednesday, and a music program on Monday. Yeah,
that's lovely.
Our athletes they embrace it and who they are, and they embrace their diversity, and we just let them be who they are.
So what is next? After taking a stand against an organisation for only allowing people with intellectual impairments to participate, Josef, along with a dedicated team, founded iSports WA, which encourages all members of the community to participate in sporting activity. Wow, I wonder what is next for Josef.
My life goal is to go into schools. There's something I'm really passionate is to go into schools and speak to head boys and head girls of high schools. That's my big passion that I want to do. It's my goal in my life is to go and speak to high schools. It's quite a passion of mine is to get people with disabilities in leadership in schools. Some schools do it, but then you start education. That's when you start. If you want to be a leader, you start at school.
What disability? As you can see, Josef, like all people with impairments, is just a normal human, and he has passion, a sense of justice, a drive to achieve, and the potential for so much. Why does society then focus on what people with impairment cannot do? By always focusing on the disability, society will not gain the amazing contributions that an impaired viewpoint can bring.